Hey there gardeners, it's Chris here today. I wanted to talk about being a bit of a mad scientist in the garden and working on some soil additives, in this case, some homemade biochar, which from what I understand should be fairly simple. What I've got in these buckets here is some basically homemade biochar or charcoal from our little fire pit. Once we're done for the night, from a fire safety perspective, we cover the fire over, and I just do that with soil because we've got a big soil delivery, plenty of soil left over. I chuck that in on top and it smothers the fire. It can still burn under the soil for an extended period of time, depending on how much is under there. But obviously with very limited oxygen, you're getting lots and lots of charcoal, which is why I've got about 5 buckets of this with charcoal and soil mixed in together. And what we need to do to turn it into kind of an effective biochar is, I think what they call it is to prime it. Now, ideally what you want is you want like really beneficial microbiomes, microbacteria, who knows? You want the good things living in your charcoal because they will help everything grow. They'll be really, really beneficial. The problem with charcoal is that it will actually suck a lot of the fertilizer out of the surrounding ground. Obviously, it's like a bit of a void. And so what it can do is, like, you may have heard of this in compost, where things suck the nitrogen out. That can be a problem with your biochar if it's not primed. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to use the cheapest fertilizer, nitrogen-rich fertilizer I could find. I think this is a bit more of a balanced fertilizer. I did read later I could have used like chicken manure as well, which chicken manure is pretty stinky. This stuff's stinky. Chicken manure is really stinky. At the end of the day, you live and learn, but I think this will do the job because it is a fairly balanced fertilizer. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck in, obviously I've got some rainwater here. We've had a good bit of rain over the last day. I'm going to chuck a bit of that in the buckets. This bucket's got plenty of water in it. This one's got some biochar and soil. Biochar and soil. I'm going to add some of this organic fertilizer. It's a pellet and it was $15 for this big bag. Why am I not using a liquid fertilizer? That'd be so much easier. You're 100% right. Unfortunately, this huge, I think a 10 litre bag, 10 kilo bag, 10 kilo bag of organic fertilizer, 15 bucks. For 10 litres of liquid fertilizer, 100 bucks. And do I need to explain any further? Probably not. I'm not paying 100 bucks for 10 litres of liquid fertilizer for biochar. There's water in here. It should break down these pellets. It should work. I can't see why it wouldn't. The only other thing that I do have here today is my coffee grounds from the Nespresso machine. Now we have a pod machine. I did check, you can still basically send your pods off to be recycled after taking the coffee out of them, and I have been doing that lately. Coffee is very, very acidic. The char is alkaline in comparison, and so they should balance each other out. I'm not going to overdo the coffee grounds, but they are apparently really good as an additive in your compost and in your garden if you don't overdo them. And that's why I'm using them today, because I've got quite a bit of coffee grounds because we drink way too much coffee. So I'm going to chuck, this one here isn't as full, so I'm going to have to bring some charcoal and stuff from some of my other buckets and I'm going to throw them all together. This one here is pretty full, and this one here has actually been sitting here for quite a while. I've taken a couple of shovelfuls out for other things, and I have used a little bit of my kind of unprimed biochar where I've just been adding a bit of soil to the garden, but I haven't had a plant that has gone kind of directly in that it could steal any nitrogen or fertilizer away from. So I'm hoping we'll be all right. This isn't a shout out to the Hortico fertilizer. It is organic, which is something that I prefer if I can get away with it. But as I said, it was the cheapest for the weight that I could find on the shelves at Bunnings. And for that reason, I got the tick of approval. I am putting quite a bit in, and part of that is basically because I'm going to be filling both of these right up. Okay, so I mean, I think that's it. I'm going to go I'm gonna go get some of my other buckets of charcoal and soil that have been sitting just with rainwater in them and bubbling away in some cases, not all cases. And then we're gonna see how these go. I'm gonna give them probably a month or two, and then we'll be in spring because it is the middle of winter at the moment in Australia. And hopefully this turns into a good additive to the soil, because it's not like I'm gonna be using this stuff pure, but when I go to the big pile of delivered soil we've got, which is a nice soil, it's just too dense, it compacts down, it doesn't have a really good amount of breathability. I do need additives to that, which are gonna make it a little bit of a fluffier soil. And so as a result, this is probably gonna be one of the ingredients, and maybe some perlite or some core, or I need something to give a more breathable soil, but that's still gonna maintain, good moisture content. So anyway, really crazy kind of do-it-yourself project. I'm interested to see if it works. I've seen a lot of people talking about getting, a charcoal burner and it being really, really complicated. I can get charcoal out of our fire, because when we bank it down quite often in the mornings, we'll end up with quite a bit of charcoal left over, because the fire just dies out from lack of oxygen. And with the fire pit, just dumping the soil over to smother it does the job as well. It's not that hard. Even if you put a fire out with water, you're going to end up with a decent amount of charcoal. And because you should always be putting a fire out to make sure there's no fire risk, you're going to end up with some charcoal if you're having fires, I would say. And this should be a fairly achievable job. But I will do a future update when we get to a point where hopefully this stuff's usable, because who knows what could go wrong. I don't feel like there's that much that could go wrong, but that's not a good thing to be saying online in a video where people can point out, number one, what you've done wrong and what could go wrong, but also number two, the way you can do an update in the future saying just how far it went wrong. So there you go.